welcome back. You're listening to Houston Real Estate Radio. Remember, we've got our iPad giveaway going on. Zeus Mortgage is giving away an iPad to one of our lucky listeners. So make sure you go to the phones and give us a call with your best real estate question, 281-882-8088. We'll answer your real estate question right here on the air and enter you in the drawing, 281-882-8088. Also, you can go on Facebook. Go to facebook.com/Houston Real Estate Radio. Just like the page. It's that easy. Just like the page. And we will also enter you in the Zeus Mortgage giveaway for the iPad Mini. Lots of fun things going on here at Houston Real Estate Radio. This segment, I've got Scott Davis joining me in the studio. He is from Metro Study. You know, they always give us great updates. Scott's the regional director for Metro Study Houston, and he's been in the industry for many years, handling commercial land acquisition. So he's very knowledgeable, and I want to hear what he has to say, and I know you do too, because we got a lot of sellers out there who are wondering if prices are going to keep going up or if they're going to level off in 2015. All right, welcome to the show, Scott.
Thanks, Shannon. It's great to be here.
So tell us what every seller wants to know. Should they hold out to sell or go ahead and get on the market?
I think they ought to go ahead and look at getting it on the market. We have had a fantastic run in the market, and I say that not to say that the run is over, because we've got great fundamentals. But we've got a lot of new inventory, particularly in the new home market, coming online next year. And I think that they'll get a better pricing situation this year than next.
So next spring should be optimal time for listing a house for sale in Houston? I
think so.
All right. I like the sound of that. So tell us what Metro Study is. Give our listeners an overview of Metro Study.
Sure. You bet. Well, we're the nation's largest provider of residential real estate research information. The company is almost 40 years old, was founded in Houston, and now we're in about 50 markets around the United States. And our core business is that we survey every active subdivision in the market. So if there's a lot under development or house under construction, we have a surveyor who's seen it. They drive about 12,000 miles a quarter and to collect this information, and that gives us a really good handle on what's going on in the market.
So you guys know Houston.
We know Houston.
So what do you do specifically at Metro Study? What's your job?
What I do is I take our data and compile that data into the analysis that we provide to our clients, the builders, developers, and bankers, investors who are looking to make investment decisions in Houston. And we advise them about what we see happening in the market, what the trends are. And beyond that, I do a lot of work with the public, talking about the market and where we see things going.
Let's talk about residential real estate. You know, where are things going? We talked about for sellers. What about for buyers? You know, we've been low on inventory. It's been hard for buyers to find exactly what they want. Some of them have had to do some pretty good renovation projects after they buy their home because they couldn't find exactly what they want, and especially in the price point they want.
Sure.
What do you see for 2015 for buyers? Is there going to be more inventory available?
Shannon, I think we will see more inventory available. You know, we have a lot of developments that are underway in the new home market. One of the challenges, I think, for people even in the existing home market is that, particularly at those entry-level price points, sellers have been reluctant to sell their homes because they can't find something to buy.
Right.
And now we'll have more of that product available, and that should open things up both for people looking in the new home market and the existing home market.
New home sales for next year, you think we'll still be leading the country?
Absolutely.
New home starts?
If you look at new home development in the United States, number one would be the state of Texas, probably 90,000, and 2, 3, and 4 would be Houston, California, and Florida. We're far and away the leader in new home starts, 50% more than the next closest city.
You think next year will be the year when we kind of level off as far as inventory needed and the absorption? Do you think that we'll get that to that level place, or do you think there's still going to be demand for housing in 2016 where the builders still can't catch up?
I think we will be able to catch up. We've had a couple factors. One is phenomenal job growth. Since the end of the recession, 1 out of every 3 net new jobs in the United States has been created here. Houston is a job creation engine, creates tons of opportunities for people. So obviously that will continue, but we have had difficulties with material supply. Construction of the concrete of the Grand Parkway, that uses about 2.5% of the total concrete used in the United States annually. It's a huge project. They'll be finished next year. So that'll free up material and workers to help with pricing. pricing. We have had a lot of people move here from other markets where they're accustomed to paying more for housing than Houstonians typically do. And as the economies in other cities improve, I think that'll lessen some of the pressure on us as well. And then the builders have got a huge volume of new lots moving through the pipeline. It's taking a little longer to develop things now. One of the areas that hasn't rebounded from the cutbacks in the recession is local government, and that's been a real bottleneck for developments. But it seems that is getting worked through, and we've got a number of new communities coming online next year.
Good. Well, that is good to hear. And lot prices are going to stabilize?
We hope so. That's been the big question mark.
Yeah.
We're looking at, I think, our third or fourth year of double-digit increases on new home prices and lot prices.
Yeah.
The builders,
It's got to stop somewhere, though.
It's got to, and we'd like to see it stop at a good, healthy, sustainable level. Our market has great fundamentals. I would hate to risk some sort of market disruption that would be a bad event for people.
Yeah.
But with that product coming online, we think that those will moderate next year and keep our city affordable.
Let's talk about affordable housing. That's been a real issue. Those houses under the $200,000 price point. There aren't a lot of new construction homes being built under $200,000 because the lot prices have been so high over the last couple of years. Do you see some affordable housing coming down the pipeline?
Well, you're absolutely right. That's the biggest challenge facing our market. About a third of our new home sales have been under $200,000. And we only, in the last quarter, only brought on, I think, 6 new sections of communities with lots in that price range. So one of the benefits, a lot of people are concerned about oil prices going down in Houston, and we think that they're still at a very healthy level for the market. But we found between $55 and $90 a barrel that really opens up the spigot for development in Houston. And with the recent drop in gas prices, I saw under $2.60 a gallon on the way up here. Excuse the pun, opens up a lot of areas that makes it more affordable to drive to and brings in a whole new segment of more affordable land to the market.
Okay, let's talk about the commercial side a little bit. I know you've worked a lot in commercial land acquisitions. What is the commercial market looking like for 2015? We've had such a huge demand for commercial. There's been so many land acquisitions around Houston in 2014. What do you think 2015 is going to look like?
I think 2015 is going to be a very good year. We've got, I think, according to CB Richard Ellis, 16 or 17 million square feet of office space under construction. Unlike prior cycles, almost 70% of that is pre-leased. So we know that those are likely to be occupied by companies as opposed to the see-through buildings, if you remember that from the 1980s. I think we'll see office construction moderate. I think we'll continue to see a lot of strength in the industrial market, and we'll see some pickup in retail, which has kind of been a laggard in the commercial sector.
What are rental rates going to do in 2015?
For apartments?
Apartments and even rental homes. Do you think that rent rates are going to continue to rise?
I think rent rates in homes will continue to rise. There's only about 3,500 homes available for rent right now on the MLS through HRER, so it's a very small pool of properties. Apartment rental rates, we're already seeing them start to flatten out.
Okay.
We're looking at 9 to 10% increases this year over last, so we should see that start to flatten out next year.
Do you know of any legislative things in the works for 2015 that would help new home buyers jump out of a rental and into a home purchase?
I don't know of anything specifically. We'll see what happens, with the new Congress and legislature coming in the spring. We are starting to hear more talk out of Washington, D.C. about loosening of mortgage standards. And one of the things about Dodd-Frank, consumer protection is important, but they put in a hard cap on qualifications, which is making it difficult for people to get loans on new properties.
Yeah, especially for people who own their own businesses.
Right, or have student loans.
Yeah. All right, so tell us real quickly, how does Houston fit into the national picture?
Houston is the bell cow for the country in terms of the national picture. We're a dynamo for job growth and housing growth. It's a place where it's still affordable for people to come and live and raise a family and have a nice place to live.
All right, sounds good. Thanks so much, Scott. Great updates. It sounds all good.
It is good. It's a great story. We just need to watch our pricing and make sure that we don't mess it up.
Sounds good. I like it when there's not a downside.
You bet.
Appreciate it. Good information. Thanks for coming on Houston Real Estate Radio. We'll be right back after a word from our sponsors. If you miss any of today's show, you can always go to HoustonRealEstateRadio.com.